Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Megan. I love reading. I'm just a homebody. I'm a little bit antisocial, so I love just staying home reading, buying books, book shopping, all things that have to do with books. So if you're into that type of stuff, definitely stick around for this video and consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. Today's video is my biggest book haul yet. So about a month ago, I ordered a bunch of books on Amazon. I went book shopping. I went to Barnes & Noble. I went to romance-only bookstores. I bought some special editions off Mercari, and I just accumulated a lot of books. So I want to do a huge collective book haul today, show you all the books I got, talk about why I picked them up, and then that way you kind of know all the books on my immediate TBR, because these are all the books that I'm very interested in reading as soon as possible. And I got some really pretty special editions and books that I really love and want to show off. So let's just get right into the video, and I'm going to show you my huge collective biggest book haul yet. Okay, so the first book I picked up is Broken Bonds by J. Bree. I actually already read this book because it was on my November TBR, but this is the first book in the Bonds That Tie series, and I really liked this book, so I'm excited to collect the rest of them. I think the covers are really pretty too, and I'm super excited to continue this series. So yeah, I wanted to pick up the first one and then kind of see if I liked it, and then I could get the rest of the books, but I definitely do like it, so I will be collecting the rest of the books to have on my bookshelf. Next book I picked up is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. I bought this off Amazon, like I said, about a month ago. I don't think that this like indie glossy cover is available anymore, and I'm very glad that I picked it up because I think it got traditionally published and now it's like a fancier hardcover that you can get on Amazon and in bookstores. But I really wanted this edition, so I am glad that I picked it up before it kind of went out of print like it is now. Pages in it are like super white, which is kind of cool because most of the time I feel like this is like printer paper white pages, but I really do like it. I also already read this book. I read it in October. I love it, and I'm so excited. I really love the cover of this book. It's super cool, so I'm excited to display it on my bookshelf. And like I said, I'm really glad I got the indie version because I feel like indie covers and indie versions of books are like better in my opinion, so I'm glad I got it before it went out of print. Right. Next book I have is Reign of Shadows and Endings. This is the first book in the Legacy series. I am so excited to start this series. All I've heard is amazing things about it. It is a dark fantasy series, and I was actually going to start the series this month, but I heard that you should read her Lady of Darkness series first. So I will be reading this as soon as I finish the Lady of Darkness series. I read the first 2 books in Lady of Darkness, and then I'm picking this up immediately. And I really wanted to collect all the books in the series. I really like the like matte cover. I think that these books are just really beautiful, and they actually sell them in Barnes & Noble now. You used to only be able to get them on Amazon, but I believe they were traditionally published, but the covers still look like this. So if you go to Barnes & Noble and pick them up, the covers look like this. So I will be probably picking up the rest of the series at Barnes & Noble. And the 4th book in the series just came out, which is another reason why I really need to get around to reading this book and this series. But yeah, this is just like book 1 in the collection of this series. I wanted to pick it up and have it because I really want to read it and have all the books on my shelves. All right, next book I picked up is God of Wrath. Once again, I'm collecting the Legacy of God series. So far, I've read God of Malice, God of Pain, and God of Wrath. So the first 3, and I think that there's 3 more. So I just need to collect them all and keep reading them. I am absolutely obsessed with this series. God of Malice is one of my favorite books that I read this year. One of my favorite dark romance books that I've ever read. I love that book so much. So once I read God of Malice, I was like, okay, I need to keep going. I need to have all the books on my shelf. And this one was just as amazing. So if you're someone who's been wanting to read the Legacy of God series or get into dark romance, I feel like it's a really good series, like a beginner dark romance series. And they're really fun to collect. I want all the books on my shelf. every single book in this series I have absolutely eaten up, so I can't wait to have them all and read them all and display them on my shelf as a full series. And yeah, I love this series. I love these psycho men. So yeah, I had to pick this one up. Okay, next two books I got were The Wolf King and The Night Prince. I had to read these books immediately. I already read them, but I needed the paperback indie copies, which I got off Amazon. I do believe that they have been traditionally published. So if you go on Amazon and pick these up, I think they look different now. And I think there's a hardcover with like sprayed edges. So it's just up to you what you prefer. But I always like to have the indie versions before books get traditionally published. I don't know why. I just like the indie versions of books better. I tend to just think they're prettier and more unique and stuff. So yeah, I had to pick these two up. I read them. They were so fun. Definitely recommend these books, but like I said, needed the indie covers, so I got these. Then I picked up A Dowry of Blood. I wanted to read this in spooky season in October. I did already read this. I absolutely loved it, but it's just one of those books that I knew I was going to really like. So I wanted to have the physical copy. And yeah, I loved it. It has like these really cool, like, I don't know what they're called, like the old looking edges. And I loved this book. I'm glad I have it because it's definitely one that I probably would want to reread again during spooky season. Like next October, I might want to reread this. So I'm glad I have the physical copy. And I got Slewfoot. Once again, a book I wanted to read during spooky season. Have already read this. I read it in October. I absolutely loved it. I definitely wanted the physical copy because it has really cool illustrations, like creepy illustrations in it. These are some of the pictures and illustrations that the author actually draws for his books. So I just had to have the physical copy of this. I like the cover as well. It's very like spooky and creepy. And it's a different size than a regular book. It's like more square than like rectangular. So yeah, I am definitely glad I have this physical copy. I loved this book. If you want to get into horror, but you don't want to be like super scared, I definitely recommend this book for like a beginner horror reader because I don't really read horror, and I read this and I was like, okay, this gives creepy vibes without feeling like I can't sleep at night. So yeah, got Slewfoot. The next books I got were the first three books in the Compelling Fates saga by Sophie Saint Germain, which is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly, A Bond So Fierce and Fragile, and A Promise So Bold and Broken. Once again, these are indie books right now. I think that they are going to be traditionally published. This series really popped off on TikTok within the past couple months, and I feel like if it hasn't got picked up for traditional publishing yet, it's definitely going to get picked up. So if you're someone like me who loves to have the indie versions, I would definitely recommend going on Amazon and picking these up, supporting the author. And yeah, like I said, I really love the covers of these. I think they're super pretty, and I believe the fourth book in the series comes out this month in December. So yeah, I definitely need to read this series ASAP so then I can dive into the fourth book. But yeah, I love having indie versions of books, and especially like a whole entire series. So I had to pick these up. All right, once again, I had to pick up a whole entire series indie version before it gets traditionally published. Or I don't know if it's traditionally published or just the covers are changing, but someone posted on TikTok that this series, the covers were going to change. So I had to pick them all up before they do that because I do like these covers, and I've really been wanting to read this series. So this is the Edge of Darkness series by Lee Rivers. So it's Insatiable, Voracious, and Restitution. And then I think this goes with it, but it's not part of the series. It's Psychotic Obsession. You're supposed to read it after you read that series. And yeah, I heard that the covers were changing, so I felt like I needed these covers. I really like them. And everyone says that this is such an amazing dark romance series. Like, people cry. They're obsessed with our MMC Cade and Stacy, our FMC. Like, I've just heard nothing but amazing things about this series. So once I started really getting into dark romance, I was like, oh, I need to read that immediately. So this is definitely another series that I want to read super soon, and I wanted to get these covers. So I'm really glad that I picked them up. Another book I picked up, God of Ruin. It's another book from the Legacy of Gods series. I haven't read this one yet. Like I said, I only read the first three so far, but I am super excited to continue the series and collect all the books. So this one, I think I'll definitely be finishing this series maybe in December. I don't know. I just like every time I finish a book, I'm like, I want to keep reading the Legacy of God series. So yeah, I'll probably be reading this one soon. Then I bought Feather So Vicious and Shadow So Cruel, and they have these cute, the sprayed edges with the little feathers. I think that's cute. Like just a little, we don't have to go crazy with the sprayed edges every single time. We don't need like full on crazy edges, but we also don't need to just like spray paint them a solid color. So if you just want to do like a little something, I feel like this is cute. So yeah, I picked both of these books up. They are dark romance, like dark fantasy books. I have heard they are very, very dark and very like trigger warning heavy. So if you're interested in these books, I would definitely say, honestly, all the books I have, check the trigger warnings, but especially the ones that I'm saying are super dark like these. Yeah, and I've been definitely getting into more like darker books. So I wanted to pick these up. I've heard great things. I know they're super dark, so when I'm in the mood for something dark, I'll definitely be reading these. We're gonna keep going with my books that I had to pick up before they get traditionally published. So I got Riftborn and I got Duskbound. These are fantasy books. The third book, okay, so a book that goes along with this series is called The Ascended, and you're supposed to read that after these books, but I've heard people are absolutely raving about The Ascended, saying like it's the best book they've ever read. Like it's just so amazing. So I had to pick these up. I wanted to get the indie versions, and I also wanted to read these before I read The Ascended. So yeah, love them. And I think that the covers are really, really cool. I've seen these covers on people's bookshelves for a while, and I feel like people weren't really talking about the book. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to buy them if I don't know if they're good. But then The Ascended came out and everyone was raving about them, and they were like, you have to read these two first. So I was like, okay, no brainer. I'm picking them up because I've loved the covers for a while anyways, and especially this one. I think this one is really cool. I love the colors in it. So yeah. And the last books I have are some special editions. So I picked up the first two books in the Legacy series by Melissa K. Roerich. Like I said, I have the first book just like the plain paperback, and I want to collect all the paperback books, but these special editions I just think are so gorgeous. I could not pass them up. I found them for a really good price on Mercari, so I was like, you know what, I need to snag them. So this is the first one, Storm of Secrets and Sorrow, and this is what the cover looks like. I just think it's so gorgeous. I am a freaking sucker for like a purplish lilac toned special edition. I just think they look so pretty on my bookshelf, and it just really goes with like the aesthetic that I have going on my bookshelf. So yeah, and this is the edge. I just think it's like, these covers are just so pretty to me. I haven't read the books yet, obviously, but like I said, when I find a special edition that I really, really love, and I can find it for a good price, especially if it's like being resold, I just feel like I have to snag it. So yeah, had to grab this. And then this is the second book, which is Reign of Shadows and Endings. I think I like this one even better. Like this one is so gorgeous to me. I love it. I think the inside is pretty plain, just like lightning bolts, but I cannot wait to read these and display them on my shelves. That's a kind of a rule I'm giving myself, is that I can't display books on my shelves until I read them, because then it motivates me to actually read them so I can display them on my shelf. So these are just so gorgeous. I believe they are the Midnight Whispers edition. I don't have the Midnight Whispers subscription, so I just found them secondhand on Mercari, but they were a really good price. Like I think the price that I bought these for would be how much like 1 month of the subscription was. So I thought that was fair. I thought that was a very fair price that I bought them at. And yeah, I'm sorry. I had to have these. And I actually got another Midnight Whispers special edition that I bought on Mercari. and it came in the box and everything. So I thought that was very cute because I kind of got like the subscription box experience without actually having the subscription box. So I was very appreciative of the seller for doing that for me. And she included all the like little extra trinkets. Like it came with this pin, and then she also added in a little bookmark for me. So I thought that was super cute. The books I got are the first and second books in the Spark of the Everflame series by Penn Cole. So this is the first one I got. This is Spark of the Everflame. And once again, I have not read these books yet, but when I saw these special editions, someone posted them. I think Laura Reeds posted them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, they're gorgeous. I have to have them. The series I wanted to read anyways, so I had to get my hands on them, and I found them on Mercari for a really decent price. Once again, I don't think I overpaid for them or anything. I pretty much bought them for how much it would be for a month of the subscription box anyways, and they're just so gorgeous, like love. And then this is the second one, Glow of the Everflame. I mean, they're just beautiful special editions. And I honestly don't have that many special editions, but buying these ones really got me into the special edition game. So I'm excited to keep collecting special editions of my favorite books and just like really gorgeous special editions that I can't resist. Came with some really cool, I think it's fan art. So gorgeous. Wait, actually, okay, no. This, the Spark of the Everflame, is actually from Arcane Society, but they just put it in a Midnight Whispers box. So these are from Arcane Society. Okay guys, so that was my biggest book haul yet. I hope you enjoyed it. I am so excited to read all these books. I'm so excited to have these like gorgeous special editions. This has definitely got me addicted to looking for and buying special editions and just gorgeous books that I want to collect. I know this may seem excessive for some people to buy all of these books and all of these special editions of books that I don't even know if I like yet, but buying and collecting books is just something that really brings me joy. It's a hobby. So yeah, if you're into that type of stuff, definitely subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate if you join me over here. There will definitely be more book hauls to come if you enjoyed this, because I am always buying books. So yeah, definitely join me over here if you like that type of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!